I fished here since I've been a kid with 10, 11 years. My dad used to bring me here, drop me off here with my brothers, and we would fish here every morning. We used to catch between 1 and 4 gilted literally every day.
For all shore anglers, the gilted is the most desired fish. You know, everyone, I want a gilted, you know, dorada, we call it here in Gibraltar, dorada. A dorada, you know, I caught a dorada, and it's just, you know, you can actually catch, for example, another fish, 4 kilos, which is a big decent fish from the shore, and catch a gilted bream, which is 3 kilos, just under the other fish, 4 kilos, and you know, it's more important to catch this. It's more fun to catch the gilted bream rather than catch another different species.
4 years back, I just cast my crab, and I had a take. It was tremendous. I've never had a take like that. It was amazing. I couldn't stop the fish. It was taking line, running. I tried to stop it, and it broke the line off. It was incredible, amazing. So this is gonna be our fishing spot.
The gilted bream has a silvery greyish body. In the front it has like a reddish orangey mark, followed by a little bit of yellow that's just on the actual head. It's the best tasting bream of all the family, for sure, the gilted bream. They live in the Mediterranean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean. These gilted breams mainly grow up to 30 centimeters long. They mainly grow up to about 30 centimeters, but can grow up to 70 centimeters. 70 centimeters is a decent gilted bream. That's very big. We're talking about 7.5, possibly 8 kilos. That's very rare to actually catch in the shore.
So we're gonna start fitting our rods.
To explain a bit on the rigs I use for the gilted bream. The rod I use is very light rod with a very thin, really sensitive tip. This is very important when it comes to obviously seeing the gilted bream when it actually bites. And I have myself a reel. The good thing with this reel is that it's a quick drag, so now it's closed, literally just a turn, and you know, you can play with the fish even easier when the gilted bream strikes. Usually we fish them in rocky areas, and I mean, the first bite you get from it is top adrenaline, you know, literally taking line out, yeah? And obviously you have to be quick to strike it, you hook it. Once you have it hooked, you can't reel in very fast. It's a slow process, but making sure that you get the lead from the bottom of the sea, so it's just like lifting the rod up as you go. Obviously, if the fish is pulling back, you just have to let the line and be patient, yeah? You don't want to be fishing for 2-3 whole hours and you get the first strike and you lose it, you know, just due to the rocks. The trace line I use is a .33 millimeters that holds a breaking strength of 8.7 kilograms. This is a line which is invisible when under the water, and obviously this gets you that little extra you need when trying to trick the gilted, you know. When speaking about the weights, the actual lead, I like to use a red 85 grams, and when the sea is just a little bit more dull and a bit darker, I tend to use the orange color. I also use these hooks, which are size 2. They are very strong hooks. You can actually see the gilted bream. This is an actual gilted bream I caught a few years back. That's I think it was 4.2 kilos, and you can actually see the teeth they have. And obviously, it's very important you use a very thick hook. This hook actually, I like this hook a lot because it's got a bit of a bend. When the actual gilted strikes, sometimes you don't even have to pull, you know, they literally swallow the full crab and that's it, you're on.
Let's go. You got everything? Yep. You got the keys? Bye.
These gilted breams, they mainly feed on shellfish, conch, the cockles, also on limpets, of anything that really grows on the rocks, yeah? That's obviously we have here in our waters. But I don't know why they just love these crabs. We either fish them with green crabs, or we have the black crabs, which we catch off the rocks.
Well, no, we've just arrived and it's a bit more windy than what we thought, but we'll just give it a shot and let's see if we are lucky today and we can catch quite a few.
And hopefully in about 30 minutes time, we'll have a good catch of crabs. And we're all ready to go for Saturday morning.
Obviously it's very dangerous, so you always need to be careful where you place your feet. Some rocks are loose, so you need to be very careful.
When obviously fishing for these gilted, trying to target these gilted bream, it's very important that obviously you have to make it look for the fish that it's natural, you know. It's very important. And when it comes to the green crab, you know, in our waters we have green, like the weeds and the seaweeds, and the green crabs tend to camouflage more than the black ones.
This is our preferred size. Yeah, perfect size for the gilted. We've got another small one here, so it's going back to the water. Hopefully we can catch it back in a couple of months when it grows a bit.
What's very good about these crabs is that they're very lively, very active. So, you know, movement is very important when obviously the bait is very lively and movements also. Sí, vamos bien ya.
¿Estamos bien ya? ¿Cuánto hay?
That's it, we have enough. For a nice sessions of fishing, sí, more than enough. I will explain a bit how I hook the crab. Obviously, as you can see, two hooks from the back. When the gilt head grabs it, it will just get hooked on its own. What I do is the back legs is very important to cut them, because obviously it has when it comes if you cast on the sand, fishing so close to obviously in the sand, it can dig down, and obviously you could be fishing for hours and the crab is hidden inside the sand, and obviously the fish won't find it.
I'm gonna start with 2 half crabs, 1 hook on each piece. As it's cut in half, all this juice and all the inside of the crab the small fish will start to eat around it, which means that the fish will become in a frenzy, and hopefully the big fish know that there's bait around, and slowly the fish will start building up around our fishing spot where we are casting all the time.
I'm using crab as well, same as your brother. I want to try to give it another twist to it. And I'm going to leave a couple of legs here. I'm going to put the hooks in and use these legs to tie the line, so that when it falls, it should stay something like that with the legs. So maybe it's a bit more of pleasing to the gilted.